Today I'm going to review and demonstrate this acoustic guitar to you. This is the Flora Rose acoustic guitar, and I get asked about this guitar a lot in a lot of my videos. I don't use it in my videos as much as I should. It's normally on the back wall and a lot of people notice it and ask what it is. I also get asked about it a lot in person because, as you can see, this is just an absolutely stunning guitar. It's like a piece of art. So I'm going to explain it to you, and hopefully it'll give you an insight into whether you should get one. These guitars they're not cheap, but they're not as expensive as they look. And the great thing about these guitars is that you don't see them much either. So they really are a looker. Like if I use this on gigs, which I don't much, I normally use it more in the studio, but if I use this on gigs, it gets a lot of attention. It's just stunning. So let's tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to start at this end and work down to this end. So a cool thing about it is I love the machine heads, the tuning pegs. They're metal, and they're like a die cast metal. They're like a flat matte metal. I'll try and put them up close. I don't know if you can see that. They're like a flat metal, really nice. Even little details like the logo looks great, and also the moon as well looks absolutely great. The neck, I believe, is mahogany, and the fretboard is rosewood, and it's got a really nice feel to it. This guitar, when I got it, it was just beautifully set up straight away. It just played amazing straight away. Sorry if the light is glaring off it. The back of the neck, I will mention, I like this, but I know some acoustic players dislike this. The back of the neck is not a flat finish. It's not. It is lacquered, the finish on the back of the neck. So I'll try and turn it around, and you may see the light bouncing off it. It is lacquered, which I love because I love that. I love the glide of a lacquered neck. Everything has been thought about with this. Look at the inlays. The inlays are moons as well, and what they do is they start at one side of the moon, they work their way up, the moon gets more full until it becomes a total eclipse at the 12th fret, and then what the moon then does is the design, it starts working, it does the same thing, goes back to normal, but it works backwards. So the moon on this side goes this way round, gets bigger, then gets to the 12th fret, and then as on this side, as opposed to going this way around, the moon starts eclipsing this way. Just little things like that. Let's get to the body now. And just keep in mind that after I've explained everything that is on this guitar and told you my verdict on it, at the end of the video, I am going to show you a demonstration of it. And in the demonstration, I'm going to play 6 times, just the same thing 6 times for you. The first time I play it, I'm going to play it just using the guitar jack output. The second time will be played just using a microphone on the front. Keep in mind, on these takes, I'm going to do them all flat, no EQ, no effects, absolutely nothing. The third take will be finger picked with the jack output. The fourth take will be finger picked through a mic. Then the fifth repeat I'll do strummed, and I will do it with an EQ on it, a little bit of an EQ on it, and some nice effects like some reverbs and maybe a bit of delay actually, just to create like a spacey acoustic sound. And then the last time I will do exactly the same, but I will do it through the output jack. And those 2 takes with the effects on and a bit of EQ, I will do it with the mic and the output jack blended together so that it's coming out of both, and they're slightly panned each way. So we're on to the body now. By the way, I'm going to use this as a plug. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would be absolutely amazing. And if this video's helped you at the end, which I know it will, if you could like the video. If you've got any questions at all about this guitar, just pop them in the comments below and I'll do everything I can to get back to you. So we're on to the body now. So the body is, it's a solid top body, which is great. It's maple sides, maple back, and then it's a quilted maple top as well. The body is lacquered too. It's all lacquered. The back of it is beautiful. The preamp in this guitar, now this is one of the older ones. This is like a 2013, I think, or 14. This has got what's called a B-band preamp. It's okay. It sounds good, actually. It sounds good. But there is a model out of this now, exactly the same, but with a different preamp. It's got the new model's got a Fishman preamp, which I would imagine sounds a bit better than this B-band preamp. So I would check that one out too as well. But this B-band preamp does the job for me. It's great, but I do love a good Fishman preamp. So on the preamp, you've got a tuner built in, and it's got a very clear display on it as well. You've got a phase button for if you're getting any feedback from, maybe if you're using a mic or something and the guitar is causing interference between the two, or feedback, you can phase it. Big volume knob, and then you've got the good old bass, treble and mid cut / boost as well, which comes in very handy as well on gigs. One of my favorite things about this, actually, and I've pretty much saved this till last, is the output jack. I'm going to show you something real interesting. I've seen it on a few guitars. This was the first guitar that I seen it on. It's got an output jack, but it's also got an XLR out as well. So you can get a balanced signal. You can use an XLR straight, or you can use a jack. And guess what? You can actually use both of them at the same time. So you've got a low Z out, XLR out, and a high Z jack out. And they sound great when you use them both at the time live. Separate channels, pan them, and you can EQ them separately. It sounds absolutely great, and it comes in super handy as well, especially for those situations. And I know a few musicians have done this before. Those situations where you accidentally forget your guitar jack. If you're a singer as well, most singers normally take spare XLR cables. You can use that spare XLR cable for this as well, so that comes in super handy. So my opinions on it, I'm going to give you my thoughts. I mean, obviously, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have it. I don't use it as much as I should. It's got an absolutely stunning sound to it. Like, I don't feel like the mic, when I do the demonstration in a minute, I don't feel like the mic will do this justice, but I don't know because I've not recorded it yet. This really does sound stunning in person. It's got such a nice sound to this, to the maple body. It's got a really, really nice sound to it. One other handy feature, quite a lot of acoustic guitars come with this anyway, but the guitar strap, it has got two strap points for it. So it's got one here and one here, so you can take it round and hook it up like that. It's not one of the ones where you have to put one there and then tie the other end around the headstock and under the strings, which you do get them quite a lot as well. I have 4 acoustic guitars, and for recording, this is my main go-to one. It's not my main one for live because it's such a stunning piece of art. I get worried about marking it live, and because I do so many gigs acoustically, just in general, I don't want to mark it. Like, I do have a workhorse acoustic as well that is my main live guitar, but I have used this live before for the kind of more subtle gigs, and I just absolutely love playing it. So is it worth the money? 100% yes, so much so that, as I mentioned, a lot of people that see this always ask what it is. So much so that one of my students seen it, and when he saw it, he turned up for his guitar lesson the next week. No, it wasn't the next week, actually. It was about 4 weeks later, because there's quite a long waiting time to get these. He turned up anyway about 4 weeks later with the exact same guitar as me. So he loved it. He had a go on it, and he loved the look of it that much that he bought one himself. His is a bit lighter in colour actually than mine. So I don't know if mine's, obviously I see it every day. I don't know if mine's darkened with age a little bit, which guitars can do that. But yeah, 100% it is worth the money. This sounds as good to me as some of your high level Taylors, and I've played some really good Taylors, and I've actually played some really bad Taylors as well. Like, this plays just as good as them, in my opinion. It's worth the money just to put on your wall and look at it. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. And if you don't like the look of this guitar, the beauty is Luna do make more guitars, and this isn't a sponsored video by them or anything. I'm not like an endorsed artist or anything. They do make more acoustic models, and almost all of them are like pieces of art. I would recommend checking them out because they're not a brand that many people think of or have heard of. Anyway, let's check out how it sounds. So I'm going to do 6 recordings as mentioned. The first 4 recordings are going to be no EQ at all. Recording number 1 and number 3 are going to be using the output jack. And recording number 2 and 4 are going to be mic'd up. 1 and 3 are 1 and 2 are strummed. 3 and 4 are finger picked. And then recording number 5 is strummed with some nice reverb on it and delay and EQ, a kind of sound that I like, with a blend of both the mic and the output jack. And then the final recording is the exact same again, but finger picked. Enjoy it. I hope that helps, and keep on rocking.